Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Liz Dance.
Hi.
At Berrenboke in the lounge in front of the fire. Liz, what's going on here?
It's much warmer this week. We're in balmy Berrenboke.
I don't think it's very warm. It's very wet.
Should I put this away?
Well, I'm not really sure what you're going to do with it.
I'm trying to think back
We're
to
not
Fiji.
we're not in Fiji now, Duff.
Alright, that goes. Sorry.
Well, it is very wet here in Berrenboke and cold, and luckily we've got the fire going. But let's go back through last week's runners, Liz, and where do you want to start off?
Right, so we had the last angel.
That was at Bordertown.
At Bordertown, yes.
With Damien Batters. First up for the stable. Got on a heavy 10 there and just battled away to run midfield. Pulled up very big and had a really good blow, but she's such a consistent, honest mare. Probably in the next couple of starts you'll find her coming good. Probably at run 3 or 4.
Okay. Next runner was Firehouse Rock at Sale.
Yeah, it took him down to Sale. Just trying to get a win with this horse and build some confidence was Darren Weir's strategy. He ran second, only got beat half a length. It was a bold run, but the winner just had the easy lead. Brad Rawiller felt that when Firehouse Rock came around the corner that he was just going to explode, hit the lead and win, and that's what we thought watching the race. But he just whacked to the line with 58, and the winner just had hardly any weight and just kept finding, and we just couldn't get it. But he went to the line with his ears pricked, and Darren Weir certainly got him switched on.
I think he's really turned this horse around, and the fact that we thought we were going to win, but it was a good result. It was
a better result. Anyway, moving on, we had a number of other runners early in the week, and we're going to cross to Big Peter Morganti up at, where's he live?
Glenn Thompson.
Glenn Thompson, that's it. Up at sunny Glenn Thompson. Over to you, Pete.
Thanks, Darren and Liz. Good to see you around that nice warm fire. Yeah, a little bit different to Fiji here in Victoria the past month, but while we'd love to be back there, we're probably quite happy to have the weather, like you said, Darren, the rain. Filling up the dams, which haven't been sort of full for a couple of years, is great. Yeah, I've just come back from my morning walk, 5 or 6 k's. I punch out every morning, and to top it off, the old man shake just helps me get through this cold weather. Anyway, we'll push on. I've got 4 runners to go through. We had 2 at Mildura, and Tennessee Gold and Escape the Rain. Unfortunately for Tennessee Gold, sorry, her race was probably run well before she got to the track. She travelled up okay, but didn't eat up overnight. The Weir horses, when they head to Mildura, actually do go up the night before, because it's about a 5-hour truck trip otherwise. But look, she just didn't handle it like we would have hoped, and she raced accordingly next day. You know, she jumped well, looked to travel to the home turn, but she gave nothing late. And yeah, Jack Hill reported that she was disappointing, but as Darren Weir probably intimated to the owners early in the week, there was a few reasons why. And she heads to the paddock now, build her up physically, put a bit of weight onto her, and hopefully mentally too. It just might toughen her up, as Weary sometimes likes to do. You know, a bit of tough love doesn't hurt these fillies, and hopefully she can come back. She's got all the ability in the world. We just need to give her the frame to be able to carry that out. Escape the Rain, she was disappointing again. Jack Hill gave her a nice ride, and she just gave nothing in the home straight. So as we mentioned to the owners, that she's probably at the crossroads, and we're going to give her another chance, pop blinkers on her, and maybe get Dean Yendall back on. Dean rode her when she won at Stall, so with no disregard to Jack and the way Ray would just sort of leave no stones unturned in just trying to turn the corner with her. But yeah, she really needs to produce something next start. Tuesday we had Soissons at Geelong, and she was to be at a mile race at Pakenham, and she was emergency and didn't get a run, so I've had to switch back just to get this run into her fitness wise, and that's all it turned out to be. She had no chance from where she was, plenty of kickback. You can't run on there at Geelong most times, and look, best thing out of it, she's pulled up well, and she's right to head back to the mile race at Pakenham next week. Raining Meteor at Sandown on Wednesday. Well, on face value, probably disappointing. There were probably a couple of circumstances that didn't help. 3 wide without cover, probably not one of Craig Williams' best rides, but circumstances sometimes don't permit jockeys to get where they want, and also it was a leader bias there at Sandown that just played the front runners early. I think the race was later in the day. It may help because they were swooping once the inside cut out, but he ran on okay. Sectionals late were good, so hopefully I think we head to Bendigo with him in about a fortnight's time. There's an 1100 or a 1300 metre race, but yeah, again he probably needs to find some winning form to warrant kicking on with his career. That's about it, guys. I'll cross back to you now, Liz. Obviously we had millinery run at Pakenham, and you can kick off from there and then jump into some upcoming runners.
Thanks for that, Pete. So we had millinery run today. Gee, we came up against a tough one. The winner looks like a group winner that will probably go to Hong Kong, so a third result was very exciting.
It was a good run. Just unfortunate Philly's run up against 2 real smart horses now. Both times she's been beaten by potential Group 1 winners.
Who would have thought that at Pakenham?
Yeah, I know, but it happens.
Thursday.
It happens, unfortunately, but she'll go to the paddock now and have a break.
Yep, good-o. So then tomorrow, our big hope for the win for the week will be Red Handle at Ipswich.
Well, we can't get a winner in Victoria, so it's over to Kathleen Brown and the Queensland team. Red Handle's been a very promising filly all the way through, trained by Tony Golan. She gets a chance to win tomorrow out at Ipswich. She's about $1.50 favourite there, with Jim Byrne to take the ride for the first time. He's been trialling her. And, well, I'm not sure whether I can tip her or not. We've had a couple of odds-on favourites go down this week, but if everything's right in the world, she'll be hard to beat.
A little bit of a wide gate, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Okay, on Saturday we've got Weir Shaw coming down from Sydney.
Yeah, we're sure. The Peter Snowden and Paul Snowden horse coming down to Melbourne. First go at Flemington down the straight in a listed race. It's really exciting for, I guess, his owners that live in Victoria. We'll be able to go and have a look at him run without having to go all the way to Sydney. I don't know what to think really. Chris Simons rides. He's a winner, this horse. He was super first up. Peter thinks he needs a bit of time between runs, and he's better, with it kept fresh and hit the line really strong. He's got a withering finish on him. So look, I'm always wary first time down the straight, but you can't knock the Snowdens. They're a super outfit and they get plenty of results. So I guess we just go to the Flemington on Saturday and hope for the best.
Looking forward to a couple of the Sydney boys coming down to watch the horse run, so we'll see you there. Then Seismos was elected to run at York this weekend, but Marco's decided that the track's going to be too hard, Darren.
So he'll be scratched, so unfortunately won't get to run, but we'll just have to wait a couple of weeks until we get him back on a track with a little bit of give in it.
Yep.
His run last time, as you know, was really, really good. And
that was on the synthetic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was really hard to make ground there, the way they run that race. But I would think, the winner of that race is supposed to be coming for the Melbourne Cup. We're only beaten 5 lengths and come from last on the corner. I think the horse is back in form. I'm glad he's not running it on a firm track. And hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll get back on some rain-affected ground.
Yep, get a bit of rain over there like we're having here at the moment. So then Sunday we've got Chloe Anna at Warrnambool.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they race. But then they haven't had the rain we've had. We've had 3 inches this week here. It's as wet as I've seen Manningtree Park probably for 3 or 4 years. And it's very welcome, I must say, by us. Not the staff probably, and maybe not the horses, but it is very welcome rain. And for once it's been our turn. But down at Warrnambool, I think the track's about a heavy 9. There is a big front coming through Sunday, but I think it's late. So we might just get away with Warrnambool, Chloe Anna. Jordan Childs to ride. She's a staying filly, loves the wet, so she's in the right time of the year. She's building up, but she's probably not ready to run 3 and 4. So look, we just want to see her hitting the line and finishing off.
Very good. And then Monday, Broadway and first. I might venture up to Echuca, Darren.
Yeah, well, that's your turn to go to the races up at Echuca, and I thought you'll catch up with a few owners up there, that maybe even the Crawfords who...
Hello. Hope you're going to be there.
Raced the mother of Broadway and first in Broadway Harmony, and look, this horse was super first up at Sandown, really attacked the line from well back and wasn't beaten far and was doing his best work the last 200. That was a Sandown. He goes back to a Chuka. Dean Yendall goes on, and I would have thought just with any sort of luck, natural improvement, he'll be right in the finish.
And then Tuesday, we've just got the noms out at the moment for Matoa, so we're looking for Himeji Joe and Shortspresso.
Yeah, 2 runners earmarked for Matoa. For those who don't know much about it, Matoa, it's in the Wimmera area. The track's currently a heavy 8. Himi Joe is a first starter by Teofilo, and she's trialled up really well on the wet tracks. She's a bit of a get-back run-on style horse. Matoa can be a bit leader biased.
Yes,
it's her first start. Look, she'll run. I expect her to run well off what I've seen in the trials, and I know she's definitely going to be a wet track horse. Just watching her, and it was just good to get her the races. She's taken a long time. She's a late mature, and she's had a couple of issues, but I think she'll run well.
Shortspresso.
And Shortspresso, well, you know, he went to that Coleraine meeting the other day, and in hindsight, we probably should have scratched him, because Coleraine was only slow 6, and it's another leader dog track, so very hard for him to make ground on that sort of surface. But if we get the heavy 9 or heavy 10 there at Matoa on Tuesday, one would expect that he should be right in the race.
Fairly tight little track there, isn't it?
It is, and he's been a very disappointing horse. He needs everything to go his way. He's had plenty of chances. He needs it wet. He needs to get cover, or he over races. So look, we're just going to have to wait and see. But so far he's been disappointing. But look, he's a lovely animal, and hopefully for the owners, he can win another race shortly.
Makes his own mischief, doesn't he?
He's a trouble. And I think we've got a few noms coming up for Wednesday at the City too, so we'll just have to stand by for those. Pete might have more on that later in this edition. But who's your best for the week, Liz?
My best of the week will be, oh dear, now you put me under pressure.
Well, you should be able to pick one. Pete hasn't picked one for all year, so
Well,
let's see how you go.
It's got to be easy to beat, hasn't it?
Well, pick one.
Okay, I will go for Red Handle tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll take the odds on. Good luck with that.
I'll go the short favourite.
I'll let you have Red Handle. I'll go with Broadway First at Echuca on Monday.
I hope you're right.
I think he's a very smart horse, and I expect him to be a Saturday City class horse in time. And I think he's a horse making his way, so just keep an eye out for him. And Pete, when you go to Matoa on Tuesday, I think the top temperature's about 5 or 6 degrees. Probably get snow.
We're expecting snow here on Monday, 4 degrees.
Tuesday, yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, yes.
So it's going to be very cold, but that's winter in Victoria. Have you got anything else, Liz? Do you want to?
No, I don't think. No competitions this week.
Yeah, I'll cross back to Pete, and he can take you through the competition.
Pete's going to do the comp. Okay.
That's us done, Liz. So until next week, enjoy your racing. Over to you, Pete.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Yes, just to cross over those ones you mentioned at Matoa, Himeji Joe and Shortspresso, both definitely running, and Dean Yendall on Shortspresso, and hopefully on Himeji Joe. We just got to confirm that, but if we can get Dean on around on tracks like Matoa, Warrnambool, all those, Dean he knocks up riding winners. So we go there with the best jock and best possible chance for those to run their best races. Also, you mentioned Darren Mooney Valley on Wednesday. Yeah, nominated as Lucky on Barefoot in a mile race, and Royal Fantasy in a 1,000-metre race. So both those were at Bendigo last week. While Royal Fantasy was disappointing, Lucky on Barefoot did strike a little bit of form. So if we can find a wet track there at the Strath Air, both horses probably go there with a good chance. Competition, yes, we had the third week of our tipping comp, and Brad Ewers was the winner this week. Well done, Brad. I think around 32 or 34 points. I just can't remember top of my head, but you won well. Brad's a part owner in a Sebring Midnight Mist colt called Misty C. Presently at the pre-trainers, and only a couple of weeks off heading to Darren Weir. So exciting times there for you, Brad, as your racehorse nears hitting the race track. Apart from that, I don't have too much more. I've just been called in by my little girl here at the door, so we better move before she starts barking out instructions. If you've got a runner this week, good luck. For those that just got a weekend at footy or whatever, enjoy it, stay safe, and we'll see you all next week.
A length and a half away again to Black Crusade, followed by next over on the inside is Majestic Mountain and Irish Heart on the outside. So Red Handle's got the lead. Sweet Savannah going into second. The leader is back to third. They're nicely clear from Magic Ink. Red Handle narrowly from Sweet Savannah. Alina back there on the inside. Red Handle just gets away now by length and a half to Alina. Red Handle's in front with 100 metres left to go. Too classy Red Handle and draws right away. Red Handle wins, flashing through to